Breathing slowly and deeply, begin to relax more and more with each inhalation, letting go more and more with each exhalation. Continuing to breathe and relax, feeling yourself sink into your chair. Inhale, relaxing. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, relaxing. Exhale, letting go. As you continue to breathe, see yourself standing in front of the entrance to a room. In front of you, you can see the door with a doorknob. As yet, it remains shut. Breathing, you can sense that beyond this door are people just like you. They share the same quirks, the same secrets, all of the things that you hide from others, that you feel afraid to voice about yourself, to let others know about you. They embody all of these things. However, instead of hiding these things, they accept them in themselves and each other. They also share your interests, hobbies, and many of the other things that you enjoy. Sensing into all of this, notice some things in yourself that you fear sharing with others. As you think of these things, notice how each one feels in your body and where you feel it. Now, know that people behind this door are people who share these same things with you. Breathe into this knowing. With this in mind, give a knock on the door. See the door open as you are greeted by one of the people in this room by name. He or she welcomes you in. Knowing already how much in common you have with the people in this room, feeling very safe and very comfortable, as a result, you enter. Once inside, see what the people there are doing. Perhaps they are playing a game, or perhaps they are talking. Whatever it is, the activity is something you deeply enjoy. Take a moment and see what they are up to. Once you have a sense of what they are up to, the same person that greeted you invites you to participate. Take a moment and check in with yourself to see if you'd like to do so. If you'd like to participate, go ahead and approach some of the other folks and join in. As you do so, introduce yourself and take a moment to meet each of the other people. Since you already know these people share some of the same quirks, the same secrets, perhaps you feel like you already know them. Perhaps you can feel a sense of seamless, effortless, welcoming, and acceptance by them. Where do you feel that in your body? What does it feel like? As you engage with these people, you feel that sense of welcoming and acceptance growing. You feel welcomed just as you are. There are no parts of you that remain unwelcome. Every aspect of you is welcome just as it is. What does this welcoming feel like in your body? Breathing into this pure and complete acceptance of you, check in and see if you want to ask about what it's like to have a particular attribute, something about yourself that you typically hide. Breathe and listen to what they say in response. Note how they are able to bring a welcoming and appreciation to this aspect within themselves. When they are finished answering, take a moment and ask any follow-up questions you need to until you feel satisfied in your understanding of their experience working with this thing that you hold secret. When they are finished, express your gratitude and notice that their regard for you has not changed. They are still just as welcoming and just as accepting as before. Take a moment and let the energetic sense of this information and their continued welcoming and acceptance sink in. Remaining entirely safe and entirely comfortable, see if there is something else about yourself that you find unusual, rare, or feel shame around, something that you would ordinarily hide. See where you feel that in your body as you think of it. Ask about this issue as well. See how they are able to find acceptance, welcoming, and even appreciation for this issue in themselves. Breathe slowly and deeply as you listen. Ask any follow-up questions you need to really understand when they are finished. Take a moment and marvel at what they shared and what it must be like to have this unconditional welcoming and appreciation. How these beings are in full acceptance and full welcoming of themselves, and how they are able to hold that for you as well. Breathing into this sense of being fully received and valued just as you are by these beings who share the same attributes. See if there is one more secret you'd like to share and ask about. Something about yourself that you hold back from expressing, but that you'd like to bring light to in this moment. Notice where you feel this in your body. Knowing that these beings also embody this aspect of you, ask them about bringing love and acceptance to this aspect as well. Breathe as you listen to what they have to say. When they are finished, once again take a moment to ask any questions you need to help you embody this sense of acceptance and welcoming for this aspect in yourself. Once you have reached this understanding, feel what that feels like in your body and where you feel it. Breathe into this acceptance as you gaze around at these people who share these tender parts of you. Feel the sense of complete belonging you feel in the company of these people. The sense of belonging radiates from these beings and palpably fills the air of the room. Still feeling this effortless sense of being seen as yourself, valued for who you are, and a deep sense of commonality, and maybe even oneness with this group. Breathing into this feeling, you sense that it is time to go. Rising, the first person to greet you at the door embraces you in a hug. You can feel the recognition of you for who you are, being received as yourself and loved as you are, radiating from this being as they hug you. The energy of these qualities of belonging itself shines from the chest of this being you are hugging. This energy has a platinum color, like a dark silver, and you sense that this is the energy of completion. This platinum energy of completion and belonging shines from their chest into you. Sense this energy going to those areas of your body where you felt the things you shared earlier. Notice what happens when the energy reaches and fills up those areas. See this energy also fill up your crown chakra at the top of your head. Breathing as the hug finishes and a second being whom you shared with embraces you. As they hug you, a light blue-green energy shines from their chest, radiating into yours. This is the energy of full self-expression. Breathe in this energy and see it go to the areas where you felt the things you shared earlier as well. Notice what happens when those areas are filled with this light blue-green energy of full self-expression. As that hug finishes, a third being with whom you shared joins you in a hug. Emanating from their third eye between their eyebrows is a deep blue violet energy. This is the energy of illumination, allowing you to stand in your own light as you master the divine plan of who you are in all of the aspects and facets and why you're here. This energy also assists in releasing the mental mind and allowing the mental chatter within you to quiet as you feel into the present moment and experience it as it is, more and more. See this deep blue violet energy fill up your third eye, illuminating your inner light, clearing your mental mind, and bringing light to yourself. Also see this energy travel to each of the places you felt those aspects of yourself that you shared earlier, bringing illumination to these places as well. Notice what happens when you do so. As that hug finishes, a fourth being approaches, embracing you in a gentle hug. As this being hugs you, a magenta energy shines from their body. This is the energy of inner power and divine love. See this magenta, this deep red-purple energy, shine into your sacrum just below your belly button, your heart, and your thymus in the upper part of your chest, just above your heart and below your throat. See it fill these areas. This energy allows you to stand in your own inner power and divine love for yourself and for those aspects of yourself. See this magenta energy flow to those same areas where you felt the things you expressed earlier. Notice what happens when this energy reaches those areas. A fifth and last being comes over to give you a final embrace. As this being hugs you, you sense a oneness within them, that even though you may have certain things about yourself that you hold back, that this being also shares, despite this, they are still able to maintain a oneness with all things, a sense of pure, unobstructed belonging. This energy of oneness and pure belonging shines from their crown chakra as a white, violet energy that enters and fills your own crown as you hug them. This energy fills your whole being, suffusing every cell of your body, every cell shining with this light, violet, white energy of oneness with all things and magnetizing others to you, attracting them to you from this space of complete acceptance, belonging, oneness, and connection. This light violet white energy spreads through the areas where you noticed these secret aspects of yourself in your body, filling those areas, every cell, and dissolving those blocks, those energies of shame, fear of judgment, constriction, and pain therein, transforming those energies into oneness just by bringing these energies to them. There is no separation between you and the air around your body, the person you are hugging, the rest of the people in the room, and those existing everywhere, and all other things living and non-living. Breathe this energy into your lungs. See it move through your bloodstream, entering your bones. See it settle into you at the deepest biological levels. If it feels right to you, affirm aloud or silently, I am one with all things. I am one with all things. I am one with all things. Breathing slowly and deeply. When you are ready, feel the hug end. Know that these energies are within you and have transformed you. Begin to bid farewell to these beings who have helped you shift so deeply, bringing and modeling such a deep acceptance and welcoming for you. As you do so, know that you take all of these energies with you, within you. They are a part of you now and will continue to help you shift. As you move toward the door, take a moment to express anything that feels right to you to these beings who have been there for you. When you are ready, exit the room and see the door shut behind you. Once again, you find yourself standing in a hallway, still feeling those beautiful energies within you, causing you to glow with love, acceptance, welcoming, and belonging. Now, across from this door you've just left is another door. You can sense that behind this door are the higher selves of the people you may have hidden parts of yourself from. Perhaps behind the door are the higher selves of your parents, your partner, your children, or someone else significant to you whom you withheld these parts of yourself from. Breathing, still feeling these energies within you. When you are ready, give a knock on the door. See the door open as you are greeted and invited in. As you enter, gaze around at the higher selves of those within. Remember that these higher selves are the parts of these people you've been withholding some part of yourself from, that live from a space of love, peace, and joy. They are connected to source consciousness and exist in non-judgment. Knowing this, you feel entirely safe and entirely comfortable entering. Once inside, the higher selves invite you to sit in a circle with them. As you walk through the room, inhale with each step and exhale as you put your foot down, making your way toward joining them in this circle. Breathing and finding your seat, gaze around to see whose higher selves are present. Make eye contact with each higher self. Check in with yourself and determine if you feel safe and comfortable. Is there something that would help you to feel more safe and comfortable? If so, ask for what you need and see if the higher selves present feel comfortable meeting your request. Once they have met your request and you feel entirely safe and entirely comfortable, begin to share with them all of the things you've held back about yourself, or the things that you've held back that keep you from being in connection with them. Notice what arises in you as you share. Breathe into that. Once done, notice that these higher selves are just as present with you as they were a moment ago. The love they convey has not shifted at all. In fact, you can feel the pure acceptance, compassion, belonging, and inclusion radiating from these beings. A moment ago, you saw it in action as they listened without interruption in a way that helped you feel truly heard and thereby seen just as you are. Breathe into this experience. When you are ready, ask these higher selves if they would like to say anything to you from the space of pure acceptance, love, and inclusion. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply as you listen to these messages. Ask any questions you need to so you can fully grasp what they have shared. Once you have fully understood them, feeling entirely seen and welcomed and accepted by them, standing in your full self-expression, they tell you they have a message and a gift for you. They let you know that when you leave this room, you will enter a third and last room. In that room, you will encounter their earthly selves. As they let you know this, each higher self extends their right hand in front of themselves with their palms facing the ceiling. Above each of their palms, a sphere of energy forms. From these spheres, you can feel all of the energy from those beings you met earlier. The platinum energy of completion and belonging. The light blue-green energy of full self-expression, the deep blue-violet energy of illumination and mastering the divine plan of who you are, quieting the mental chatter within, the magenta energy of divine love and inner power, and the light violet-white energy of oneness with all things and attraction to the body of light from a space of acceptance, belonging, oneness, and connection. All of these energies are contained in the spheres held by the higher selves above their hands. You can also feel the love and acceptance of these higher selves radiating from these spheres. These spheres then gently flow through the air toward you, hanging there in the air around you. the higher selves inform you that this is their gift to you. That when you meet their earthly selves, you can give them these spheres, allowing them to shift as well. Breathing, ask the higher selves for permission to give these energy spheres to their earthly selves. Affirm that you have permission from each higher self before you begin to leave. As you rise to leave, each of the higher selves gives you a hug, and you feel more and more reassured that all is well and all will continue to be well within the tremendous beauty of this unconditional acceptance and welcoming. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply as you exit the room. As you do so, notice how you feel. To your right, you can see another door, the third and last door in this hallway. Knowing that the earthly selves of the people you most care about, whose higher selves you've just met, are behind the door, notice how you feel as you approach. Continuing to breathe slowly and deeply, knock on the door. Notice within you that the beautiful energies you received earlier are still there. Notice also that the 5 energy spheres given to you by the higher selves are still hanging in the air around you. As the door opens, continue to breathe and enter this third and last room. As you do so, notice that the love, acceptance, welcoming, belonging, and oneness you can feel from the energies within you gives you an enhanced ability to stay present as you enter this room. Within the room, gaze around and notice the earthly selves of the people who matter most to you, whose higher selves you have just met, and perhaps whom you've held back some parts of yourself from. These parts that may not have been accepted or welcomed by some of the people present in this room. These parts of yourself that you may have pushed down, suppressed, or repressed in order to accommodate the needs and desires of others. These are the same aspects of yourself that you have shared earlier with others who have the same aspects and with the higher selves of the people present in this room. With all of this in mind, breathe into the deep sense of belonging and oneness you may have noticed earlier. This sense that came after working with the other 2 rooms. Breathe into this sense of belonging. Lovingly affirm, I belong. I belong. I belong. Noticing the people who are present, let them know that you have a gift for them. A gift given by their higher selves, and just like the one you yourself received earlier. Tell them that this gift will cultivate more love, acceptance, compassion, welcoming, belonging, oneness, and connection within them, just as it has for you. When you have finished, one by one, make eye contact with each of the people present. Ask them if they would like to receive the gift of this healing, transformative energy. If you receive permission, find acceptance for that within yourself. And if you do not receive permission to give this gift, find acceptance for that as well, practicing the acceptance that you yourself would like to receive. As each person gives permission, see one of the spheres hanging in the air around you float over to that person. See that sphere enter the person's heart, and the energy contained within it move through their whole body, filling every cell with this energy as you see it shine through their skin. Affirm in your mind's eye that this energy contains the 5 energies you received earlier. The platinum energy of completion, the light blue-green energy of full self-expression, the deep blue-violet energy of mastering the divine plan for who you are and why you're here, illumination, and the quieting of the mental mind. The magenta energy of inner power and divine love, and lastly, the light violet-white energy of oneness and attraction to the body of light. See and know that these energies are moving through and transforming every cell of this person, just as they did for you earlier. Repeat this process again for each person present once they have given permission. See one of the spheres float over to them, enter their heart, and see the energies flowing through their whole body. See this happen for each of the people present. When finished, come back to your breath, breathing slowly and deeply. Check in with yourself and see if it feels right to share these aspects, these parts of yourself that you have held back, with these newly transformed people. If it feels right, begin to share these aspects. Notice how they receive what you are sharing. Perhaps they are able to be more present and receptive to what you want to say now than in the past. Perhaps a lot more. Notice what happens within you as you share these things with them. Stay with your breath and notice what happens in your body as you continue to share. As you finish, notice what it's like to have shared these things. Check in with yourself. Do you notice a sense of relief for having voiced these aspects of yourself? Perhaps you feel a sense of completeness, openness, or a weight off of your shoulders. Breathe into whatever is arising within you. See if these newly transformed people have anything they'd like to share with you after hearing what you said. Perhaps they have words to say, or maybe they'd like to offer a hug. How does it feel to receive these words in return? When they are done sharing anything they wanted to share, continue to breathe and acknowledge what you received. Now, offer gratitude to these beings for listening to you and receiving what you had to say from a space of welcoming, acceptance, and recognition. Take a moment to really feel this gratitude in your heart. As you continue to breathe, notice if there is anything else you would like to say or do with the people gathered in this room. Notice what you would like to take away from this experience beyond the transformation within you. After doing so, begin to move towards saying farewell, doing anything that feels right as you make your way toward the door. Perhaps a celebration, perhaps a hug, perhaps some kind words. When finished, place your hand on the knob and begin to open the door. As you step through the doorway, come back to your breath. Begin to feel your bodily sensations. Taking this new, deep sense of empowerment, acceptance, and belonging with you, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, feeling yourself in your seat. Breathe back into your body. when you are ready, taking your time, gently open your eyes. Drink plenty of water, get a lot of rest later, and have a wonderful rest of your day.